Hello guys. So as I told you, I will share my journey as an experience for myself to inspire myself and be consistent in my preparation. I got the challenge of 21 days preparing for Spring Boot and microservices. So first I did started my journey. I am currently in Amirpet and preparing for it. So I decided to join two batches of same course, Spring Boot and microservices parallelly. So I had some prerequisite knowledge about that, like advanced JDBC and core Java knowledge I had to get with very good faculties. Today, what I learned, I will tell you about Java and Spring Boot and microservices. Basically, this Spring MVC. Spring MVC means Model View Controller. That different logics we wrote in different layers. So this is the full-fledged flow of a Spring MVC, Spring Boot MVC application. So first we deploy the application in first step on the server. After that in second, front controller servlet. Front controller servlet is a component in Spring MVC. But when first I want to tell something about it. When you deploy the application, that dispatcher servlet object is created, and this dispatcher servlet is creates the IOC container, and that IOC container pre-instantiate the objects like handler mapping and everything that is done. Then front controller, that the flow goes to the front controller servlet. After that, that request received by the browser is accepted by the dispatcher servlet, and dispatcher servlet finds the URL pattern. That for example, the URL pattern means, guys, for example, I tell you one thing about it. There is like we are searching for anything, any website like Amazon. Okay, so it is the Amazon website, and there is URL for everything like mptask login portal. So I am going to mptask, and mptask there is login. So this slash login, guys, this slash login is URL path. So this slash login URL path, it enforces dispatcher servlet will tracks that URL pattern in our program code. In that code, it is it is tracks to the handler mapping. Handler mapping is one of the component. It is basically Java class which is implemented predefined by the IOC container at the runtime. Then this handler mapping searches in all classes which are given as @controller annotation in our project, in our module. In that our classes that searches for this handler method which contains the same path. Path means that which is, for example, as we shown in there, that it is login. So this login path, basically, for example, you can take this login path. After that, in sixth step, when handler mapping knows which controller class of which method contains that same path, that controller class bean id and handler method signature. Method signature is nothing but the parameter type and data type that method can take as an argument, that is forwarded to dispatcher servlet in the seventh step. After that, the method handler method which has the same URL which is requested by the browser is called, and after that in ninth step the logic which are available in that method is executed. If that logic is not available directly, so that logic is executed with the service classes, the required delegation logic to service and DAO classes, and that resultant is stored for the request scope, and that resultant is sent as an logical view name. Logical view name is a token, guys, it's not the exact data. Logical view name to the dispatcher servlet. So basically everything is happening around the dispatcher servlet in this program. So dispatcher servlet takes that logical view name token, and that logical in 11th step, the logical view name token is sent to the view resolver. View resolver is another component. Component means is nothing but the class, the Java class. That view resolver takes the logical view name and detects which type of view. View means presentation logic and presentation technology like JSP, HTML, React.js is to be used, and at what location it is to be used. That is confirmed and configured by view resolver. And view resolver physical view component details view objects. That in 11th step that all is done, and in after 11th step that all data which technology is used is forwarded to the again dispatcher servlet. In 12th step, physical view component details that which component is used in our UI layer. After that, in 13, the details which are got by dispatcher servlet of physical view component. That physical view component is taken that data that which technology is used, and according to that technology the data is formatted in the presentation logic. That presentation formatted logic data is again going to the dispatcher servlet. Dispatcher servlet gives response to that formatted data in the browser window, and that data is shown as a dynamic web page in our browser to the client. So this was the journey, guys, about the Spring MVC architecture, and something I also learned today about something I learned about actually it was about data modules, Spring Data JPA, that is SQL and non-SQL database. So there was something important that when our attributes and schema data is sequential and fixed, then we have to use SQL, means structured query language. And when our data and schema, means tables attributes, are not fixed, changing table to table, like in e-commerce Amazon website, that item to item the attributes and the schemas are changing. For different items there are different schemas and different attributes, so for that it is changing. That's why we have to use NoSQL database, not structured query language like MongoDB, Cassandra, etc. And there is the Spring Data JPA module. This Data JPA modules automatically does everything. It works on the higher layer, like on the top layer there is database. Upon that there is driver, JDBC driver. Upon that there is JDBC technology. Upon that there is a Spring JDBC. Upon that there is ORM framework, Hibernate like technologies. And after that there is upon Spring Data JPA, which do most of the works automatically. We just have to declare the interfaces, and in that interfaces we just have to declare the table and arguments as their names, and everything is done automatically by the IOC container. So it's the good thing for the developers, which the burden is drastically reducing with the help of Spring framework of developing web applications and distributed web application, RESTful applications also. So this was my today's journey, and guys, if you are watching till the end, it means you are able to understand something or taking something inspiration from my side, or you found something good in my knowledge. That's it, guys. Again, I want to say thank you, and to create the agenda to create this content is just to have inspiration to myself and to be consistency in my preparation. That's it. Thank you, guys. If anybody wants to join me, anybody wants to achieve something, so just have some comment and connect with me, and also achieve your goals like this types of journey, and making reels and content. No matter, guys, today in today's world what another will think and everything, don't think about anyone. Another people is not that what said. There is something motivation I want to say. that in Hindi, भाई कोई तुम्हारे घर का मतलब चूल्हा नहीं जला रहा है, that is the one line. And another line my sir told that the developers and freshers, if we are going to the market and one 500 rupees note are there in our head, that is attested, so that 500 rupees note will uh, not have a value because of our head, because our head is not having value. So that 500 rupees note will leave their value, that value will drop down because of us. So in today's market and in today's generation, what we want to do, just do, keep doing, be consistent, guys. That's it. Thank you, guys. Bye. And also meet tomorrow's session. Okay.